You are now listening to the Perceptive Readers Podcast. Gkar forgives Londo, the Poeartistry commentary. Hi, I'm James Lynch, and welcome to this exclusive for the supporters of the buymeacoffee.com blog post. I tried to create an audio the other day, record audio on the fly, to go directly through this site. And after 15 minutes, guess what? It did not save. And so I'm sorry that I was not able to upload it or record it directly. So to remedy that problem, I'm sitting here today creating an exclusive audio, but I'm recording it first on my device and then I will upload it. So at least I got that testing out the way. Now, with that being said, as you will remember seeing on the homepage of the James Poeartistry Productions website, I placed that there is a commentary for this exclusive group. Gkar forgives Londo. And you may have clicked on the link from there. And remember, just to support the group or what have you, it's only even $1, And so there's also a membership as well, but just $1 for a cup of coffee or what have you. Now, with that being said, as I said before, this will stay in the exclusive group. So if you hear it anywhere else, please make sure it has attribution to it. Because when I'm not giving permission for it to be on any other platform besides this buymeacoffee.com or my own James Poeartistry platform, productions, the official ones. All right. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because here is something else that I will say in this exclusive group, that Babylon 5, which these characters are from, is probably one of the greatest science fiction writings and productions as well of, all the greats. Hands down, I firmly believe that. And I'm not just talking about the special effects. No, I'm not really talking about it all, even though they're very good. I'm really talking about the writing, the development of the storyline, the characters, and the acting. Oh my goodness, they are very, very seasoned actors. And when you look at their background, you see what makes them great. It is sad to see that, a number of the actors, the regulars, the well-known ones, have died over the years. All the same, I want you to know that their work that you see in this show, Babylon 5, helps you to remember them with very, if not fond memories, of respect for the craft altogether, the respect for science fiction. Now, with that being said, what was so interesting about this scene in Gkar forgives Londo? And the reason why I want to talk about it, because they had a love-hate relationship throughout the years, because their people fought with one another. They were both ambassadors on Babylon 5, and you've probably heard that podcast about what an ambassador does. And they played a large role in, getting things done for their companies and others, and just all sorts of running storylines that was going on between their job, their occupation, their friendships, and even their love life. A lot of intrigue there. These two, though, had a great love and pride for their people who fought one another over the centuries. And it finally got to the point where there was an evil force that exploited that rift between these two races, even though they were at peace at the time. And next thing you know, it caused major wars, major falls, and all sorts of atrocities until that evil force had left basically the galaxy, you see. But all the same, while that evil force ended up leaving the galaxy or what have you, they still had their supporters that were left and were just lost without those major evil forces. And so they were still carrying on and doing what they had, been doing from the beginning. They just carried on what they were taught, what they were told to do. So they were wreaking havoc on the Centauri homeworld, where now Londo, just through the sheer upheaval of regime change and everything else, was about to become emperor. And he had received finally some news exactly what his job entailed. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go into it because you know what? You would probably just have to watch that whole season really to understand all the storylines. You would actually have to start from the beginning, I'm telling you. And one of the most favorite seasons of them all, not of them all, no, one of the most favorite seasons of mine, I'll let you know. I don't say too much, but see, this is an exclusive group. I had loved this one season so much, and it was season 3 that I actually had purchased. I still got a whole season. Yeah, haven't watched it in a long time, but the point is, I purchased that season. Maybe that's where you will want to start from at the very least still. So anyway, and Gkar forgives Londo. The night before he was totally going to take over the reins of the Centauri planet, you see. And remember, he already had gotten all the news of really what his job would entail. He sat down, see, privately, having a confession, if you will. Keep that in mind. And he talked with Gkar, and he was relating some of the things to the best that he could from his own emotions and also his dignity and pride that wasn't always coming out directly saying what he was saying, what he meant. But guess what? Gkar knew what he meant. And you know what else Gkar did? He gave him basically the dignity to apologize in that way that he was trying so hard to do. Now see, still notice the whole setting that was even conducive for that. Privately and things of that nature. Now, with that still being said, Gkar did relate, because it seemed like he wasn't going to even give Londo a chance in the world at forgiveness. But he did basically say, I can't forgive your people for all the things that they did to my people. See, in another way of what Gkar was still kind of saying is, I can't give a blanket forgiveness for this or that or what have you. But see, with everything that he had went through with Londo, he still said, I can forgive you though. I can forgive you though. You see, that's what was related. Now, I wanted to share this with you because I'm getting ready to switch to something, and you'll just have to meditate on it. One of the things that Londo said to Gkar, because Gkar said, I understand. And you know what Londo said to him? Pray. Pray you don't understand. Pray you never find out and really understand. Okay? Now, with all that being said, let me share with you about the upbringing that some people have, that by the time they leave the house, and in this case, I'm going to tell you something that my father helped me to still understand, okay, to see. Even though I hadn't seen all the ills of the world, just how hurtful and betrayal or traitorous persons can be, and exactly who they are who betray you, I knew enough from the upbringing of my father that it just would go on. Now the Bible reinforced that. So what I decided to still do with my life is, yes, this stuff go on left and right. And, I'm not the only one, but I can just say, since it's an exclusive group, and I know I've been betrayed over the years from this type of person or that person or what have you. But see, here is the thing. You're still dealing with a person that just knows human nature in the first place. And that's what I really tried to emphasize to the perceptive readers over the years. So the point is, okay, so let's say this best friend betrayed me. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to now turn around and just say, I'm going to treat this person badly for the rest of their life? See, it just doesn't make any sense for me to do that. And see, and it doesn't mean, just like as Gkar had brought out, Londo had brought out, that, no, Gkar. When Gkar had said, I can't forgive you for the other people, what have you, but I can at least forgive you for his part or what have you. And so the whole thing is, people do certain things, and I do realize the weight of the world that is placed upon people in leadership positions as well. I'm telling you, they will do things at times, and the only reason why they'll still really be doing it in one way is because the people push them so much in this way or that way. And then the people get mad at them when finally it may be catching up with them for something that they did in this way or that way. If the people, I'm just telling you like the scriptures put it, weren't so hard-headed. Did you know that Jesus basically said that because of the people hard-headedness, that's why God even accepted certain things sometimes, because they were just that hard-headed. You see? So if that's the case of people overall, and that's what I mean when I talk about human nature, then why in the world, even if somebody, like I told you, been betraying you for years, stealing from you from years, why in the world would I want to go beyond even just what the scriptures say about, well, if the person just stole that, then they supposed to pay it back to you, and even 7 times more than that. However, see, in the Christian faith, somebody still, even according to their conscience, might just say, just give me what you owe me. See, because they still realize God, God will take care of the rest. God is working with that person. But see, this is what I mean when I say, and I emphasize over the years, that's why I separate business from spiritual. And granted, what I've been learned and taught and stuff like that, that is so all mixed up now that it's kind of really hard to get away with that. But I tell you what, to help keep me together, that's why you'll see a lot of stuff that some people said they would have paid for in the first place, that they would have put a price tag on it, that they might have seen me give away free. But all the same, I keep telling you, okay, I still got this over here. And you'll still rather keep relating to me through insinuations or what have you, that I got people in my life that really no good, don't really think no good for me or what have you, more than what I may think or what have you. Okay, but still, that goes no further than what James chapter 2 verse 16. So you come, you share the negative energy of what you're insinuating about what this person is doing or that person is doing, but still, okay, when you read my reply or my rebuttal or this commentary, you yourself still won't even drop one penny. So that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. So the whole point is, what I learned from being young and from my father is the very words that Londo said to Gkar about pray you never find out. Let me tell you something right now today. Thanks to Jehovah God, some of us still know what Londo was talking about. You see what I'm saying? And you'll have to watch the series of it all and stuff like that. See, some of us already really know how it is on certain levels. And it is what it is. And that's why you've heard me talk about in times past, people think that they're doing what they want to do. And yet I keep telling you, the spirit of the air mixed in with the technology of today is a powerful force. And so I'm not going to say anything more about that. But all the same, there's still just this push towards the people who still really spiritually got it together, for them to still go along the same line of thinking that it's almost like, okay, if the world is treating your brother or sister badly and being stingy and stuff like that, why in the world do you got to still listen to them and their view of things as well and withhold back good just because this is the popular thing to do right now, or this is the assigned thing to do right now? That pursuing good is actually supposed to be still a conscious decision on what you would do, how much you would give, and things of that nature. And it just reminds me of how Jesus even said, if a person's doing good to his brothers, then they're doing good to him. And in the Christian faith, still as a whole, we pursue good. And it doesn't mean we always give our last dime to everybody. But I still just really wanted you, perceptive readers, to know that even with God's Word, the Bible, you see the reality of what really goes on in the world. And once you read it, and especially if you got upbringing and stuff like that in some of these things, these deeper things, some of these deeper hurtful things, then guess what? You still appreciate why Jesus and Paul was still talking about pursue good. Pursue good. And as you pursue good, you still leave room, you see, for God to actually do his part. That's why I always mention not overstepping bounds and not taking God out the picture or anything, because he's going to do his part. And I told you, it's a sad thing to go along with any type of trial placed upon a person where the only way they can get out of that trial is literally they have to basically disown God or what have you, or compromise greatly in some way, something that they don't want to compromise, you see, in, or show a reasonableness in according to their conscience. And then to actually look at that person as being unreasonable, when really the unreasonableness is being, you shouldn't have never put God to the test in that way at all. To actually want to look down on somebody falling apart. All the same. As I mentioned before, sometimes people are trying to make you more and more upset about a situation that you don't even have to be, because you still realize what it is. So even though you can have people you straight up have the utmost respect for, okay, and then you find out that person maybe had even become a mastermind in destroying your life, I say to you again, it's going to boil down to between them and the true God. See, it doesn't mean somebody is stupid because all of a sudden they don't go on some type of vendetta against that person. And that's what this world continues to try to make you do. I keep mentioning again that people appreciate the role of the citizenship. I posted a post about that. What would a citizen do in order to protect against a crime or report a crime or what have you? You know what? That is each and every one of our responsibilities, especially in the United States of America. But so many times and so often now, they even make that look like if you obey the law, you're breaking the law. So that's where we're at. That's why your conscience is so important. They didn't say the days are wicked for nothing. So my point is, I tell you what, I like this buymeacoffee.com so much. It's one of those things that if I could get back the way that I used to be, what I was talking about having some good gifts for this and that or what have you. You see, I pay for what I like. But see, if the economy keep going the way it is, who's going to have any money to pay for anything outside of what they're saying? This is the only thing we want you to buy or to buy from or what have you. See, that's where the situation is for some of us. We have to head it off at the pass now. We have to stop it now. If that's what you want to do. Otherwise, especially when people talk about this oneness and this unity and stuff like that, who wants to be in unity with somebody who's been stealing from them all along? Just to give them even more power to then just even take even more from you. And that's the way some person's thinking has went. They started off actually saying they wanted to be light workers. And some of them have even turned to just being plain greedy because they see what the situation is. So, yeah. Londo said to Gkar, pray you never understand. I'm here to tell you today, there are some people who fully do understand. but realize it's already in God's hands, and there's nothing more that they have to do in that type of situation. Have a very wonderful day, Perceptive Readers. Welcome to this exclusive group. You take good care of yourself.